welcome to another wonderful webisode of Constantly Cheeky with Rupert Cheek and me, Constance Quigley. And today we're going to get into Pinterest. And if you'd like to follow us on Pinterest, we follow back, and our links are right there. I, of course, am Constance Quigley, and Cheeky Promo belongs to Rupert. So let's get started on what Pinterest is and how it can be beneficial to promotions and organizational development and growth online. Do you want to start?
What is Pinterest? It's a platform for sharing pictures, essentially. You can upload your own images and add a description and or a link, or you can find pictures from the web. You can have boards which kind of like collections of images. For example, I might have a collection of pictures of drums or of musical instruments or speakers.
I have a board for the Gypsy Rose. So boards are where you compile a whole bunch of different pictures with their descriptions and, of course, their tags, so people can search something similar. That's a fair way of saying it, right?
Right, you can have descriptions for boards as well as images themselves, which helps. Right.
So why is Pinterest, because you said it's a place to post pictures, but how is that beneficial for an organization? Because it can be, but how?
I guess the most obvious thing to compare it to might be Instagram or Facebook. Pinterest, at least in my kind of experience or view, has a reputation for mostly being used by women for home products and decorations and various things, but it's not just about that. It's also used by other kinds of companies. If you're selling products, you can post pictures of the products you're selling.
You know that I'm a business major, so I want to talk about that demographic pocket you were just mentioning. So Pinterest does seem to have a really strong pull towards a female audience, with 60% of new users being women, 40% are men. But how is that beneficial to an organization? Well, if people remember that women are generally the #1 purchasers of a household, that means that Pinterest gives you a very awesome segment within the internet where you can specifically target your products to the mass majority female audience. So, especially if you're handling an organization that appeals to a female demographic, Pinterest might be the place that you want to start launching your advertising on. You write your description, you create your tags, you can provide a location, you can pin it to a board, you pin your image, and it can spread across the world. So the female demographic is actually a business boon. When you're trying to target your audiences, working with Pinterest, it's something to keep in mind, is that the majority of users on Pinterest are in fact women. So you need to make sure that you are targeting that demographic when you are posting on Pinterest, because if you're going for viral, you need to make sure you're targeting the audience that uses that platform.
Right.
Brilliant insight, by the way. So let's talk. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think that gender balance is changing, or has it been relatively constant recently?
On Pinterest?
Yes.
I think more men are starting to find value in Pinterest. That's why you see the numbers are increasing in 2017 to 40% of new signups are men. I actually have a pretty amazing little setup of Pinterest facts for us. And I don't know if it covers previous male usage, but I know that Pinterest used to be primarily female. And so that's one of the reasons I had stated, okay, here you go, 81% of Pinterest users are in fact women, 2017. So that means, yes, more men are starting to find Pinterest attractive in 2017. Previously, it was more a female-focused platform. Millennials use Pinterest as much as they use Instagram. Little interesting tidbit. And the median age of a Pinterest user is 40 years old. However, the majority of active pinners are under the age of 40. So those are some fun demographic tidbits you can find online, but that can help you target your audience when creating posts for Pinterest to make sure that you get the most out of your time and energy that you put into posting. Mind you, it takes a lot more than that, but those are some good starting places. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some fun Pinterest statistics, because everybody who knows me knows that I love statistics. It's just something beautiful about them. So the total monthly number of active Pinterest users, 2017, is 150 million. 150 million active Pinterest users. That's pretty awesome. Number of Pinterest users from the United States specifically is 70 million. And the number of Pinterest users outside of the United States is 80 million, which means that you have a better targeted market in the United States. So I wanted to cover a couple of Pinterest statistics because anybody who knows me knows that I love statistics. I have a thing for them. So the total number of active monthly Pinterest users in 2017, last updated on January 23rd, was 150 million users. So 70 million of those users are directly from the United States. 80 million of those users come from outside of the US. The important information here is that when you're using Pinterest, you can understand that you're primarily targeting a United States market. However, the global market is growing rather considerably, and we are increasing a balance between male and female users, so we want to move forward understanding that as well. The total number of Pinterest users who save shopping pins or from boards daily was 2 million. That pins daily. And Pinterest pulls out a lot more shoppers. So from what I understand with Pinterest, that's what makes Pinterest stand out as exceptional, because both Pinterest and Instagram, but more specifically Pinterest, you are targeting shoppers, people who want to engage with your company and spend money. So that's one of the other awesome little pockets of Pinterest that make it stand out, and the reason Rupert and I wanted to cover it for number 3 of our social media series. So what about your instrument boards? What kind of information do you provide in there?
A lot of the, I'd say 99.9% of the pins on my musical instrument boards are from other users. That's to say, I've saved them and added them to my board. So the information on them is whatever the users who uploaded them added to them. Any kind of instrument that I see that I like, I will add it to the board, whether it's a guitar or a violin or a didgeridoo or a penny whistle.
Awesome. So if you want to learn more about a wide array of instruments. Rupert has a board, so you guys know. My boards are, well, I think I have like 6. One belongs to the Gypsy Rose, which is a boat hotel on the Oregon coast.
How closely do you pay attention to the analytics on Pinterest? Like how many times one of your own images has been repinned?
I'm obsessive. I check all of my social media platforms at least 3 times a day, analytically. But that's because that's my job. Like, that's what I do. What do I think is healthy for someone who doesn't like work like I do? Once a week is sufficient. But for me, I'm constantly tracking the project, or I'm constantly tracking the progress of a strategy that I've put into play. And so I want to make sure that, you know, my alignments are meeting up with my projections. 80% of Pinterest users use Pinterest through a mobile device only. That's an interesting fact.
What do you do?
Both.
Yeah.
Most of the time, even while we're sitting here recording, I have a computer up, another computer up, and my cell phone. Because I do marketing and digital design, I can't really unplug the way that most people can. But when you do this work the way that I do, you can't really unplug feasibly.
No, I don't unplug unless I go to sleep.
Right. Well, and that's one of the healthy behaviors of a millionaire, billionaire, is being able to unplug for bed, which I do highly recommend. I don't even sleep with my phone in my room. Leave it in the living room on the charger, turn the volume off so you don't get that alert in the middle of the night where you're like, somebody's accepted something and I need to get up. No, just turn it off and it's okay. It'll be there in the morning. And I think that was one of the hardest things for me to learn. Mind you, as I got older, I got more comfortable with being like, I'll talk to you in the morning. But when I was younger, oh, the anticipation of that next ding was so just, well, and for us, it's profitability. It is our livelihood. But it's okay, world. Especially if you're trying to be a promoter or a marketer or a digital designer or whatever, unplug your phone at night. Well, unplug your phone from you at night. Your brain will appreciate it. I think you're more productive the next day, and you just feel better. It's an unwanted stress. Good stress can be bad stress also. Important little tidbit to life. So it's very important that people learn to identify when they feel stressed so they know what they can do to minimize that stress. I'm not a health major, but I just know from personal experience that if you can minimize all types of stress, you are much more productive and you generally feel better and people like you a lot more. So, you know, just little helpful tidbit. Don't be stressed out. It's not worth it. You're better than that. It's my motto, just so you know. So please take it and use it and wear it proudly. And if you ever don't feel like you're better than that, like I've said a million times, go to YouTube immediately and look up motivational videos, because you are. You are better than whatever is making you feel yucky. 93% of active Pinterest users say that they use Pinterest specifically to plan purchases. That's interesting. So, and 87% say that they have purchased something thanks to Pinterest. That's
even what most of the people are buying as a result of using Pinterest. What kinds of...
Food and drink and technology are the most popular categories for men. And It doesn't say what is the most active category for women.
What would you say from your own experience?
Oh, that's not fair, because I don't represent most women.
Hey, what do you use it for? Apart from your own business activities?
Apart from business, I use Pinterest for information. I use Pinterest for information. I also, well, that's information. I use Pinterest specifically to find new blogs. That's like a thing for me. I don't know if other people do this. But like, say you followed a blog for a really long time and you totally love that blog, but it's time to move on from that blog. I will go to Pinterest to find my new blog. And I go to Pinterest for gardening, parenting, pets. I go to Pinterest for feeling better, just motivational, pick you up. I don't really want to say motivational all the time, because when I say feeling better, I'm not usually down ever. So I use motivational everything to get me in the mood to be productive, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, I just finished creating 380 social media ads for this client, and I have the whole day to myself. I could hop online and play Civilization, because goodness knows I love it, or Monopoly, because those are my things. And that sounds really bad. Don't judge me, world. I like strategy.
The video that Brian May posted on YouTube about the new Queen Monopoly board.
There's a new Monopoly board?
Queen, about their gigs.
That would be awesome. Now everybody knows what I want for Christmas. No, I'm kidding. Okay, yeah, so I am a board gamer. I also game on the Xbox a lot, but that wasn't the point. So the Xbox One, 360 One. I'm an Xboxer. I don't do the PlayStation thing. The controllers are funny. So instead of playing Civilization, I may go onto YouTube and find a motivational video or 6. And by the time I'm done watching the first motivational video, I'm doing something on social media that's important to my company. So it's always funny. I really think happiness is a state of mind. So it's one of the reasons I'm constantly pushing for people to do motivational videos as often as possible, is because you can't be a sad person if you're constantly reminding yourself that there's greatness in the world around you. And so then once you get past that point in life where you no longer have to train yourself to think happy, motivational videos are still a great fallback for productivity. That's my thing. Or I'm a super nerd, and I don't know, tell me if it works for you, because now I want to know. Pinterest is another great place for recipes. That's something I use it for. So, although I don't...
On Instagram as well.
Yeah, Instagram also. I won't call out the company, but once upon a time there was a company I used to go to constantly online for recipes, and now I literally use Pinterest or Instagram. Not that I ever follow recipes, but when you're trying to find something new that you want to make, go into Pinterest or Instagram and type great dinner ideas. Don't even put like recipe, don't put ingredients, nothing, just great dinner ideas, and flip through the pictures, because trust me, you're going to be like, now I want to eat that and that. And I'm a Taurus. I like food. Just don't judge me. So I like Pinterest. Pinterest is a great place for you to be able to balance work and play.
Right. You can also post links or share videos from YouTube to Pinterest, can't you?
I think you can. I don't think I ever have. Now I'm gonna. But yeah, I think you are. I know you're right. Yes, you can. You can also take your blog posts, and that's how I find blogs. Actually, a lot of bloggers are finding amazing traffic results coming out of Pinterest and Instagram, which I feel like we should have covered both on the side here. We should have done Pinterest and Instagram together, but we'll try and focus so everybody gets their 2 minutes of fame. Like, yeah. So, ooh, what else is interesting about Pinterest? How about updates of information? So, like, I know that Pinterest is not extremely invasive for people who like their phones a little more quiet. Twitter will alert you. Well, okay, I don't know how much Twitter will alert you. I know that Twitter alerts me a lot. So I have to put my phone on silent and all of my notifications on silent when we're recording, because Twitter and my Facebook are constantly going off. One of my favorite things about Pinterest is it goes off once a day, and it kind of just gives me a summary of everything that's gone on. So, yay. It doesn't blow up your phone, if that's a concern for you.
I don't get any notifications from Pinterest on my phone.
Well, you can change that in your settings if you wanted, or not. It depends. It depends on the person.
Notifications already.
Yes. So what about private messages on Pinterest?
I don't use them. I know you can, but I don't use that
feature.
Option.
Right.
Do you?
I get people who use it to me, and I'll respond, but normally I respond with a link to my Facebook or my Twitter, just because I think my whole Pinterest experience, I've gotten like 6 messages, and 2 of them were from a sister. So I don't think Pinterest uses the private messages or feature a lot. I think that other social media platforms are set up more robustly for that purpose. But still, the rest of the features are absolutely profound. So, what else could we say about Pinterest?
It's Pinteresting. What was the last image you uploaded to Pinterest?
Ooh, here, I'll tell you 1 second. Worlds, you get to see me functioning on my awesome cellular device of my other half of my mind. So, Pinterest, I have a new notification.
I took a screenshot of my SoundCloud and uploaded it to Pinterest with a very brief description and a link to my SoundCloud account.
Okay, nice. I didn't. Okay, so 15 herbs you need to use the moment you know anyone, or sorry, 15 herbs you need to use the moment you or anyone you know is diagnosed with cancer. 1. And then how I made over $5,900 from my blog last month, which is actually a really interesting article. The article's from a website called believeinaBudget.com. I want to make sure they get credit for this. The reasons I saved this was because 95% of her traffic comes directly from Pinterest. So when you're thinking about developing a blog, I want you to know that Pinterest is like heaven for how-to blogger information. That's one of the coolest things about Pinterest. And a lot of the information coming in from these bloggers are from female bloggers. A lot of them are stay-at-home moms who work from home, part-time or full-time, and they're actually changing their entire reality and gaining financial security using Pinterest and a blog site. So, huge shout out to Pinterest there. And again, I'm going to recite her .com because none of that information was mine, and I want to make sure that I am always giving credit where credit is due. So,
Leave something.
Yes, sorry, it's believeinaBudget.com. Pinterest started off a very female-focused photo sharing site, is now developing to being one of the greatest resources for users to find brands and companies that they want to shop from, to connect with products that they may be interested in, with 83% reporting that they are actually making purchases after finding this information on Pinterest. So, invaluable resource? I'd have to say yes. So, it's a wonderful, awesome, amazing, I think it's Tuesday, right? Because yesterday was Monday, because I did my final. I did my final. By the way, world, be proud of me. I got 100% on my final in my research class. No, I learned that I love research, and I really look forward to creating my dissertation because, yay, it's kind of like I finally found that pocket that I belong in. I don't know how to explain it. It's good. It's a good feeling. So, happy Tuesday. Later this week, should we cover Instagram?
That sounds like a good idea, yeah.
So, later this week on Webisode, hold on. This is 9, right?
This is 9.
This is 9. So, on Webisode 10, we'll do Instagram, and then I'm hoping by Monday we could take a break in the middle of our social feeds just so we can catch you guys up on what Constantly Cheeky is up to, because we're pretty amazing. Like and share our video down below. Subscribe. I think it's right there. Get on it. What?
And add a comment or a question.
And add a comment or a question, but seriously, subscribe. We're giving away free information twice a week. Who does that? We do that. So please subscribe so you can get that information, so you can develop your company and you can tell us where you've been successful, because nothing makes me feel better, Rupert feel better. That's what we're doing this for. And comment. Come on, people. I can't keep coming up with things to tell you. You have to be able to engage with, well, yes I can, but still. Engage with me and tell me what you want to hear. Thank you for another wonderful webisode. I love spending time with Rupert. I hope you love spending time with us. Until next time. See you guys.